For years, rumours of Switch Pro have been flooding the internet, hinting at higher frame rates, more processing power, and maybe even exclusive games. It was something to be excited about, something that could be considered a masterpiece of a console revision. Then Nintendo whacked a better screen on the Switch and called it a day. This thing is identical to the normal Switch. Show it to a colorblind kid and they won't know which is which. That doesn't make it bad though. In this video we'll be going over everything that the OLED Switch has to offer, from the jaw-dropping features to the things that give you aids. Let's start off with the obvious thing. It's white now. Sure, it makes it look clean and sleek when you first get it, but after 12 minutes it will be the dirtiest thing in the world. The dock is a curvy boy now. I think this looks a bit better. Hopefully roadmen won't be able to shank you on the street with the Switch dock anymore. Nintendo didn't mention it themselves, but this dock is also ventilated differently now. It looks clapped, but unless you have a mental setup you shouldn't be able to see it. They also replaced one of the USB ports with an Ethernet port. Yeah, this definitely should have been here at launch. Then we have the star of the show, the epic new 7-inch OLED display. It looks a bit better and there's less bezel. It has better sound apparently. I can't imagine it will be too big of an upgrade. They just ran out of features right at this point. And then finally we have the epic stand. The old stand is so extraordinarily shit, man. It takes you 9 hours to set up and then a breeze comes and your Switch smashes. And by the looks of things, that is all they've changed. Not blowing anyone away, but a decent revision if you ask me. Now there are some things to be pointed out which pretty much delete any reason to buy this system. You can buy an Ethernet adapter, SD card and Switch stand for less money than the difference between the OLED Switch and the normal one. Also, if you mostly play in docked mode, the screen and sound aren't really going to mean anything to you anyway. Another thing to say is that these snazzy white Joy-Cons are the same hardware as the OG ones and will almost definitely drift. It is mental to me that Nintendo won't just do a silent revision of the Joy-Cons to slowly phase out the drifty ones. But they're stubborn, so we can't use their controllers. Smart business move, Nintendo. Also, yes, they did add an Ethernet port, but it replaced one of the USB ports. This is a huge L for me, considering the Switch powers half the stuff in my setup. By the way, they removed the USB port which is inside the Switch dock, not one of the two which are on the outside. An important thing to note is that the new and old Switch docks are compatible, as are the clap Joy-Cons and the OG ones. Now, the price. In the UK, the normal Switch costs 280 quid, and the new OLED Switch will cost around 310 quid. The 30 quid gap is not a lot of quid considering what you're getting. America is clapped, but I'm pretty sure the OLED Switch costs $50 more than the normal Switch over there. In America, the normal Switch costs $300. That's 217 quid. They get a 63 quid discount. Scam. Anyway, that is all that could possibly be said about the new OLED Switch. Is it a Switch Pro? Fuck no. Is it worth the price? Completely depends on your situation. Is it a good revision? I think so. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. I have some very interesting ideas coming for it that will only be open to subs, so get on that. Also like the video so the algorithm loves me, and I'll see you guys next week.